Y'all, we have to find spirit again. So-called wake up to find spirit. We have to find spirit. We have to find the spirit again. Those of us who know of it, we have to do the work and awaken others to it. Some of them don't know it's there. You have to find it. But in order to find it on your own, if you find it on your own, sometimes we don't want to find it that way. A lot of times you might not want to find it on your own. But if you do, sometimes we go through a shakeup, and God will sit us down and shake us up in another way that you wouldn't want to be shook in order to find the Spirit of God. You know, sometimes it can be being hurt, being shot, being in jail for years, and then we want to say, oh, I'm turning to God, or oh, I've been shot, now I see God, or go through a divorce, or I see God, or through a loss of a child, or now I see the Spirit of God. But sometimes God, I had to sit you down, you know, in order for you to find your way back to Him, or to it. A lot of times you have to be tired of being tired of this world, man. Excuse me. You have to be tired of being tired. If you ain't tired of going through the same thing, a lot of people always talking about, you ever hear people talking about you know, when they used to drink, they say, oh God, just let me get over this one time. Let me get over this sickness. I drunk myself drunk. And when they get, you know, drank too much, hangover, let me get over, God, but then they go back to it. They ain't tired. Or you got some people go to jail all the time. They ain't tired. Yeah, people been married 3, 4. They ain't tired. I ain't saying give up on love, but they ain't tired of being hurt. They ain't tapped in. They ain't tapped in yet. They still operating on that lower self. So they ain't tired. You got to be tired of being tired. You know, you got to be tired of this world, man. The 3D realm. You know, you're going to have to hurt and go through some pain, my brother and sisters. A lot of times before you know what the Spirit of God is. And people gonna know, because they gonna say, oh, you know, once you start working, they gonna say, oh, you changing. You changing. Oh, they don't want to hang no more. No, that just God, you know, you see it now. You beginning to unveil the veil. The covering, the veil is lifting up over your eyes. You see it sometimes. Got your eyes hurt. Oh man, I see. And you're gonna start talking it. You're gonna start talking it. Sometimes you're gonna start wanting to be by yourself. You ain't gonna want to be around certain energies, certain people. You ain't gonna want to go to the club. You know. But until then, you got to be tired of being tired. And once you begin to see some things, once you begin to recognize, and when God start, but see, that's the thing, okay, when the flesh revelation starts to happen, because now once you begin, and once you get tired of this world, you know, they wrote a whole story about the Bible. It's a whole story. The Bible is the story about the character of Jesus. That's what it's all about, y'all. The character of Jesus was telling you from the beginning how your life was gonna go, what was gonna be attacking you, what was you gonna do, who was gonna betray you, the clubs you're gonna get in, the jails you're gonna go to, how people would would destroy your name, kill you, and all that, because you're trying to speak truth, because you're trying to change your life. That's all the character, the story of Jesus is about. Telling you what you're going to go through in life. It's a teaching. You know, like I say, man, people get caught up in the names, but it's the teachings. Pay attention to the teachings of it. Telling you who going to betray you. Who in your closest circles. How these men and women will go out here and betray you, cheat on you. You know, and dirty up your name behind your back, saying false things about this and that. That's all it is. This is the teachings of it. But you know, when you become a spirit, you have to let that flesh die. And that's spiritual. That's a spiritual death. It's a spiritual death. Not literally, but the flesh has to die spiritually. And once this flesh dies spiritually, then spirit can be first again. And now the flesh is last. Which to talk about, the last should be first and the first should be last. The first should be last and the last should be first. That's what I get from it. Because now you operating in spirit. Now I can operate in spirit, and now you free as a bird. Spirit wants to be free. Now you free of the burdens of the materials. Now you free of all that stuff, because you don't care about it no more. You don't care about what nobody say no more. You don't care about the luxury stuff. You been freed. And then I know, you know, even know some so-called conscious community, y'all. And I consider myself one of those conscious people, but I know some conscious people, y'all, and they talk that talk, you know, about being conscious. But a lot of them jacked up too, because I could see it. You know, a lot of the conscious community, you could be, I could, you know, they get information, and I could teach you about ancient times and what they wore back in the day, and yeah, how a lot of the material was stolen, who invented this first, and you know, what they built, who built that. But that don't make you no spirit. You can know all that knowledge. That don't make you no spirit. Because a lot of the conscious community people, they contradict themselves. Like I said, I sit back and I say, contradict them. They contradict them. I could teach you about how hot fire is and not to touch it. But that don't mean you know spirit. You got hate groups out here. Why are there hate groups? I say hate groups. Why you hating? It can't no spirit. Just because I teach you about bad and good, that don't mean you know spirit. I could teach you. I could teach you about. I could teach this flesh a whole lot of things, but that don't mean you know spirit. But when you of the spirit, you ain't gonna no longer want to entertain this stuff, man. You ain't gonna want to you gonna be quick to want to be by yourself, or be right along with somebody that give you peace. You ain't gonna want to be a part of that worldly world no more. Be quick to say, hey man, I'm good at home. No, y'all go ahead. You ain't gonna judge them. You didn't get what your friend gonna say. Oh man, they done changed. That's their favorite word, they done changed. Oh, you don't wanna go? Because they don't know. They think you acting funny. But you changing. Because now the spirit is the head of your life. And flesh come last. So and that burden bag done got lighter and lighter. You keep saying, I don't need this. I don't need that. Now you in control of that physical flesh. So you in control. You don't care nothing about that material stuff. So, but you'll say, oh, I think go get me this. You don't really care about it. It don't even matter if somebody say I like it or not. You might just want it. You know you don't need it. You wouldn't care if you lose it. That's because you no longer have the cares of the world. Another topic I want to dive into about that. So you don't have that burden no more. You don't have that burden bag, that stuff in your bag that's full of stuff. Hey, for the ladies out there, that bag is called a Birkin bag, not a burden bag. They got that Birkin bag, I $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for a bag. Woo. But don't know spirit. But I ain't up on y'all ladies. I mean, men got their thing going on too, but they material stuff. So, but like again, I'm saying, now spirit is first, which is the head of your life now. Because flesh has died spiritually. Still can have a say so, because I will have to coincide with each other when it's time for it. When it's time for flesh to talk, I'm in control. I can allow them to talk, because I need flesh sometimes. I'm gonna need that flesh sometimes. But for the majority, spirit is the head of my life. That's why they say God is the head of my life. You got to know when you saying that, why you saying that. You can't just be walking around talking about God is the head of my life and then not acting accordingly to that. And when spirit is the head of your life, now you have risen amongst the dead. And the dead are these people who out here still living in the flesh that don't know no better. These the real zombies, y'all. These people who walking around here don't know no better. Because they'll kill you over the material stuff. Rob you over some shoes. Snatch a piece of gold off your neck. Sell you some poison out here. Zombie. They ain't telling you them the real zombie. But one spirit, and I'm going to say this, y'all. Once spirit has taken back over control of the flesh, spirit is the head of your life. He done rose amongst the dead. And that, my friends, now you have been born again. Because you didn't know what spirit was when you were first born. So now this is your second coming. That is the coming of Christ. That is the second coming of Christ, when flesh die and spirit become head of your life. Last is first. First was last. Now last is first. And that first is last. That's the head. Now he's the head of your life. Spirit, y'all. You done rose among the dead. It's symbolic. Now that's you've been reborn again. You've been reborn again. You'll know it. Because people gonna let you know. They're gonna see you change. You're gonna feel the change. You ain't gonna want to be around this stuff. You ain't gonna want to be hanging out here with these people. You're gonna eventually say, hey man, Lil Joe ain't my name no more. Call me by my real name. You don't want to be identified by that name, because that's what the world know you by. That's what they identified you by. You have changed man or a changed woman. You have been reborn again. And again, my friends, that is the second coming of Christ. That's what that means. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Just trying to get you to think. Get you on your right path. Spark that brain. Get out here and collaborate with like-minded people. Like, share, and subscribe. This is the LITEWORK channel. Go by the name of LITEWORK. Peace out.